What's up guys, Carlo Macapinlac here from newbiefitnessacademy.com. I help busy professionals reach their fat loss goals so they can feel more confident, be ready for any situation, and get the most out of their lives. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to use MyFitnessPal to track your macros. And no, macros isn't short for macaroni. What? Learning how to use MyFitnessPal finally allowed me to have the freedom to incorporate certain foods and even treats into my diet without feeling bad about it. I was able to eat Snickers and pancakes every day guilt-free while melting all the fat around my stomach at the same time. That's how powerful this stuff is. And if you stick around until the end of the video, I'm going to give you the exact step-by-step blueprint how I did it. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button to get notified every time I post a new video every week. So, I'm going to hop behind my iPhone screen here and I'm going to show you exactly how to use MyFitnessPal to track your macros. Alright, here we are. So once you have it downloaded, just click on the app to open it. MyFitnessPal is probably one of the most powerful tools when it comes to tracking your macros. Listen, you can't control what you can't measure. If you don't track what you eat and stay under your daily calorie intake, your diet is always going to be a guessing game. Okay, so I have my daily calorie budget here based on all the personal information that I gave MyFitnessPal, and we're going to start populating it with food. By the way, if you're new to the channel and you've never heard of MyFitnessPal before and you have no idea how I got this number, I have a separate video on how to sign up for the app and I'm going to put the link for it in the description box. Alright, once you're ready, I want you to head over to the Food Diary tab just to the left of the plus sign at the bottom of the page. This is MyFitnessPal's most powerful tool. It's an extensive library of anything and everything on the planet that you can think of when it comes to food. All you have to do is search for the food that you're about to eat by either typing it on the search bar or scanning the food's packaging's barcode. Set the right serving size and MyFitnessPal will have the corresponding macronutrients, or macros for short, for that specific food. For the sake of this MyFitnessPal for Dummies tutorial video, let's do a real-life example. Alright guys, for this example, we're going to do some meatball and broccoli stir fry with some eggs, and we're going to make it from scratch. And I'm going to show you how to track it on MyFitnessPal. Alright, so we're going to start with some rice here. I've already got some cooked brown rice right here. This is the box where it came from. So I've already got my container here, and we're just going to measure 1 cup. You can also use your food scale, but I just find this a lot easier because it's already pre-measured. So we're going to measure 1 cup. Alright, so you want to start by hitting add food. So the brand is called Uncle Ben, so that's exactly what I'm going to type. There it is. We're going to set 1 cup and we're good to go. You can also change your serving size here. Just pick one that makes sense. For this example, we have 1 cup, so that's perfect. Then hit the check mark at the top when you're done. Alright, next we're going to do some vegetables. They're very low in calories, so you can definitely eat lots of this stuff. I just bought like a store brand product right here. So we're actually going to use our food scale here. We're just going to add it to our rice. Okay, so we're just going to set this to 0. I've already got kind of a cooked version of it. And we're just going to kind of see here. We're just going to measure, let's go with 170 grams here. So roughly 169, maybe one more. There we go, 175 grams. All right, so let's look up veggies on the app. So we're going to type Compliments Broccoli. Compliments is the brand name. Let's pick broccoli florets because that's what I have. Okay, this is a really cool trick here when you're measuring something on a food scale. The default serving size is 85 grams. We measured 175 grams, so we're just going to change the serving size to 1 gram and change the number of servings to 175 grams. And again, hit the check mark when you're done. Next, we're going to add some meatballs. We're just going to do 6 for this meal. Okay, so we're just going to grab 6. We don't need the food scale for this. And 6. And we're good. Alright, let's hit add food again. The brand is called Compliments Lean Italian Meatballs, so let's look it up. There we go. Let's change the serving size to 1 meatball, then let's go 6 servings. Next, we've got some eggs. We're going to eat 2 of them for this meal. Just going to set it aside. This one's easy, so let's type eggs, pick the first one, and let's set the number of servings to 2. Next, we're going to add a little flavor, so we're going to use some sriracha and some low-sodium teriyaki. Alright, so we're going to do 2 teaspoons just to add some flavor. Good to go. 1, 2. You can just eyeball this stuff if you want as well. And then 1 and 2. Close enough. Okay, let's look up both of them real quick. So let's type sriracha chili sauce. Make sure you pick the right one. Change the number of servings to 2, and we're good. Next, let's do Kikkoman teriyaki sauce. I'm using the low sodium version, so I'll pick that one. Change the serving size to teaspoons. Okay, this is a perfect example where sometimes MyFitnessPal doesn't list the serving size that you're looking for, and that's okay. Just pick the closest one that you can find. So for this instance, let's just go tablespoon. It's not the end of the world. Change it to 2 servings, and we're set. Now, let me be the first to tell you I'm not a good cook, so I'm just going to toss everything in the pan and hope for the best. And here we are. Looks pretty good to me. Hey, drop me a comment below this video if cooking is not one of your strong suits either. Are you starting to see how powerful this is? There's so much food there, and my entire meal is only 554 calories. Just to give you some perspective, a Big Mac has 563 calories, and it's definitely not as filling. You usually have to chase it with a side of fries and a Coke. Next thing you know, you're looking at an 1100 calorie meal. That's twice the amount of calories of the meal we just made. Alright, so let's say you want to have a snack and you want to eat some rice chips. So we actually have a bag right here. And we're just going to measure 20 grams, and I'm going to show you how to track that on MyFitnessPal. So we're just going to set this to 0. And then we're just going to measure 20 grams. There we go. Maybe one more. And 21 grams. Now, just going to open up the app. You can use the barcode scanner, and we're going to see if we can get it here. There we go. All right, here we are after scanning the barcode. Again, adjust the serving size to 1 gram, then do 21 servings, and we're good. And you just repeat this process for the rest of the food that you eat for the day. Easy peasy, right? Now, as a general guideline, you want to aim for a 50-30-20 split for your daily calorie budget when you're just starting out. 50% fat, 30% protein, and 20% carbs. Those are the exact same percentages that I started with, and it's pretty achievable for a lot of people. If you want to be more aggressive with this and take it a step further, I personally recommend going in high fat as much as 60% and low carb as low as 10%, especially if you have more weight to lose. The less refined carbs and sugar you eat, and those two things usually go hand in hand, the faster it'll be for your body to start using your own fat as a source of fuel. Because you gotta remember, you can either burn fat or you can burn sugar for energy, but you can't do both. The problem is, glucose is your body's preferred source of energy. It's a quick hit of fuel, and you get it from eating refined carbs and sugar. So far so good, right? Not so fast. The problem is, if glucose is present in your blood, your body can't access your own fat as a source of energy. It just can't. And that's how you would normally lose weight, right? You have to use your own body fat as a source of energy. So if you're on a high carb diet and you always have glucose running in your blood, you're not going to lose fat. The type of calories you're putting in your body matters a lot, whether it's coming from fat or refined carbs. You have to be smart about this. I mean, what do you think is more satiating to eat for breakfast? Eggs and bacon or cereal? I'd probably go with the first one there. That's why I prefer going high fat and low carb. I mean, who doesn't like a diet where you get to eat steak, eggs, bacon, butter, and nuts regularly? And no, eating fat won't make you fat. That's like one of the biggest nutrition myths of all time. There's a lot of research out there that a diet high in healthy fats and low carbs, also known as the keto diet, is actually way better for your health and fat loss compared to the standard high carb American diet. But that's another topic on its own. By the way, if you want to see where you're at with your percentages once you've logged in all your food, just hit your daily calorie budget and it'll pull up your numbers. Here's mine. As mentioned earlier, I like being on a high-fat, low-carb diet, so I'm at 58% fat, 28% protein, and 13% carbs. You can also see my goal percentages right beside my numbers. I've got them at 50, 25, and 25. Now, those are actually old numbers, and I'll show you my new ones in just a second. But if you want to know where to change those numbers, just hit that X button, hit more, then hit goals, go to nutrition goals, and you can pick calorie, carbs, protein, and fat goals right there. Just hit any one of those macronutrients and it'll pull up your goal percentages, and you can simply adjust these levers. Okay, these are my new numbers. I have it now set at 60% fat. Again, you want to go high fat, 10% carbs so you can live a little, and 30% protein. You can play around with this a little bit as long as your number hits 100% and hit the check mark once you're done. And that's it. Again, if we apply the 80-20 principle here, this is the 20% extra work that'll get you 80% of your results. Most people just freestyle their diet and don't bother learning how to track their macros, and they wonder why they can't seem to lose weight, even though they think they're eating healthy. Learning how to use MyFitnessPal to track your macros is the secret to eating whatever you want as long as it fits your daily calorie budget. Within reason, obviously. Like, you can't just blow your entire calorie budget by crushing an entire pizza, because anything that you eat on top of that will put you in a caloric surplus. You'll end up gaining weight. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be sensible about this. Maybe you can have a slice or two so you can live a little. But as long as you track everything and stay under your daily calorie budget, you're good to go. One last note here, guys. You probably noticed that you can also track your water and workouts. It's up to you if you want to do that. I find that it's not as important, and I like to keep things simple, and it's hard to track how many calories you're burning when you work out. Listen, if fat loss is your priority, then keeping track of what you eat and staying on top of your diet is what's really going to move the needle. My recommendation is to just make sure that you're drinking enough water and you're doing some form of resistance training, and you'll be good to go. So there you have it, guys, a painfully easy way on how to use MyFitnessPal to track your macros. Again, this is the 20% work that'll get you 80% of your results. The next question then becomes, how do you go about applying all this information to good use? To help you take that next step, I want to give you a free copy of my Lean Body Blueprint, where I lay out how this whole fat loss thing works in further detail. This is how I melted all the fat around my stomach and turned it into a six-pack without going on a crazy diet or wasting hours at the gym. It's a simple 4-step process specifically designed for busy professionals, and it's the exact same blueprint that I teach all my private coaching students, and they've all gone to see some amazing results. If you want to be the next success story, then download the Lean Body Blueprint right now. There's going to be a link in the description box. Just click on it, type in your email, and I'll send it to you right away. All right, that's all I've got. Keep being awesome. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I post a new video every week. And hey, leave me a question in the comment section if you have any questions about how to use MyFitnessPal to track your macros, and I'll do my best to give you an answer. Thanks for watching this video, and I will see you in the comment section. Virtual high five. So I'm gonna hop behind my iPhone screen here, and I'm gonna show you what. Next, we're gonna add some meatballs. So just add